Hello, and welcome to this module. My name is Josh, and I am not a doctor. In your clerkships through various fields, you will be learning foundational clinical and diagnostic skills. But there are other skills that I want to encourage you to develop. As you garner these people skills in the foundational days of your clinical career, I hope you will be molded into the kind of effective physician leaders who will be equipped to facilitate patient care in the future. In today's module, we will be demonstrating the importance of utmost professionalism in high-stress emergency situations. Let's get started. Scene 1. Dr. Visionary is delivering a baby in LDR 13. She encounters the turtle sign and doesn't seem to be able to get the baby out. She asks the nurse to call for help. After the nurse calls out for help, ward clerks in Peanut Gallery calls for another physician while students A and B come running in. The two students pause for observation. That doctor obviously doesn't know what she's doing. Yeah, I don't know what medical school she went to. Meanwhile, Dr. Visionary overhears the chatter, but tries to focus on the task at hand, while ignoring the students' conversation. Hey doc, I just finished 2 weeks in the obstetrics rotation. Would you like some help? No thank you, but if you can make sure the other doctors are called, that would be great. Meanwhile, the new nurse looks sympathetically at the struggling doctor and gives fundal pressure. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. The nurse glares contemptuously at the students and continues to apply fundal pressure. Dr. Faculty comes in and assesses the situation. Looking at the two students, he says, I need one of you on each side of the patient to hyperflex her legs. Nurse, I need you to give suprapubic pressure. They immediately do what they are told, and the baby comes out, blue and floppy, and has to be resuscitated by the neonatology team. After the delivery, Dr. Visionary is writing her notes. She is shaken, exhausted, and seemingly alone, thinking about the traumatic experience. Meanwhile, students A and B stand on the sides of her, with their arms crossed contemptuously looking at Dr. Visionary and speaking amongst themselves. That will never happen to me when I'm a doctor. Me neither. Dr. Visionary notices Dr. Faculty enter the room and goes to speak to him. Sir, I can't do this anymore. I had a near miss today, and I almost had a bad outcome. I'm just not cut out to be an obstetrician. Here's my resignation. Dr. Faculty replies sympathetically. You're just tired. It will get better. Next year, duty hours are going to be cut from 80 to 60 hours a week. You don't get it. I'm changing my name to Dr. Disillusioned. End of scene. Scene 2. Dr. Visionary is delivering a baby in LDR 13. She encounters the turtle sign and doesn't seem to be able to get the baby out. She asks the nurse to call for help. After the nurse calls out for help, ward clerk in Peanut Gallery calls for another physician while students A and B come running in. Student A observes what's going on and says to Dr. Visionary, Ma'am, I'm going to give you some McRoberts to help, and starts to hyperflex the patient's leg. Dr. Visionary replies, Okay, great, thanks. Student B, would you help me on the other side to hyperflex the patient's leg like this? Meanwhile demonstrating on his own side. Sure, I'm on it. The nurse says, and I'll give you some fundal pressure too. Student B redirects the new nurse's hand. Actually, if you could put your hand here to give us some suprapubic pressure, that would be great. Okay, will do. The baby comes out, healthy and screaming. All give a sigh of relief. Thanks, everybody. Dr. Faculty walks in. Are y'all doing okay? Yes, ma'am. Everything is fine. All smile. End of scene. As you can see, these hypothetical scenarios represent two dramatically different paths that this emergency situation could have taken. Although the previous illustrations are focused on applications in medicine, these similar dynamics can also be observed in other professions and within our everyday lives. There are many lessons that can be learned here, so I'm going to give you some questions for you to ponder, and we will discuss in class the ramifications of dysfunctional behaviors that can hinder efficacious patient care. First of all, what did you notice to be different between the first scene and the retake? Secondly, what do you think are factors in the first scene that hindered the care of the patient? Thirdly, can you give other illustrations that you have noticed from your own experiences that can likewise hinder emergent patient care? Fourthly, how does the retake resolve the problems? Please pause on these questions as you discuss amongst yourselves and in class these issues. Thank you for watching this module. I hope you'll take something away from it as you move forward in your medical or educational career. Until next time, I am Josh, still not a doctor. Looking forward to walking with you further in this clerkship as you develop foundational clinical skills and glean wisdom in handling different dynamics